I am asked far too often, what books do I read? And though I have an entire bookshelf, I do have a few that I wanted to share with you that have been monumental, I guess, in my personal self-development and, I guess, growth over the years. I want to start off with an interesting book. Now, this may not be to everybody's taste, but it really helped me in overcoming what I'd consider being a lifetime people pleaser. So this one is called The Courage to Be Disliked, and it's basically a dialogue back and forth between a professor and his student, teaching him his ways. And it was so profound that I really want to share this with you because it helped me in more ways than I could ever imagine. So if you are a people-pleasing perfectionist, just like I was, then this is a really good book to get. All right, book number 2 is Start With Why by Simon Sinek. So he has a host of books. I've read all of the other ones as well. In fact, there's another one here in my list that I'm going to share with you. But this is also a really great book if you are somebody that's struggling with your purpose, you don't feel like you wake up with meaning, and you're looking for your why. So this book really dives into how to discover your why and then how you can apply what you've learned to building a successful business. So for any entrepreneurs or people that are just looking to feel more fulfilled with their life, and this is another really great one that I enjoyed. So this next book is also Simon Sinek, and as I'm discovering my bookmark, it's been a while. So Leaders Eat Last. This book was imperative for me being able to step into the world of becoming an entrepreneur. I think having grown up with really few mentors and leaders that I think displayed good qualities and good characters, I know that moving into a position of leadership was a difficult task. And to learn how to, I guess, navigate those challenges, develop and establish emotional intelligence, and to step up and really be a good leader. This book has it all. And I think the title is really provocative, Leaders Eat Last. And I think there is a bit of a cultural movement to follow this logic. I think traditionally, in the business sense, people in leadership often are very authoritarian. They are very dominant and powerful and tend to overstep, I think, and it's not a good style of leadership. And this book teaches you all about what positive leadership should look like. So if you're somebody that's wanting to step up, maybe move into a position of leadership in your company, or maybe you're looking to start your own business, then this is a really good one. Okay, so these last 2 are all about the mind. So in my journey of, I guess, recovering from trauma, years of really low self-esteem, years of poor coping mechanisms, years of depression and an eating disorder that stemmed from trauma, it was imperative that I took things into my own hands and learned how to develop better coping strategies. And any change requires a change of your brain. All right, so this next book is called Switch On Your Brain. This is by Dr. Caroline Leaf. I had the pleasure of watching one of her presentations in Orlando a couple of years ago now. She was one of the speakers with Dave Ramsey. So he puts on fantastic events. There are several amazing speakers, and what's really cool about, I guess, all of the presenters that he has is that they are all spiritual. And in my very newfound spiritual awakening, it's been really awesome to actually have not only a scientist, a neuro researcher, but somebody that's also spiritual. And she talks a lot about this in the book. And it's honestly fascinating to see just how we can change our brains through thought. And it's just a consistent thought that we have to provide it that can then predominate and basically change who we are. So this was imperative for me overcoming depression and anxiety and really stepping into the person that I know I could and should be, and really breaking through some of the past trauma that put me in a position where I really struggled. So this is a fantastic book. Maybe if you're somebody that's struggling with depression, she talks a lot about some of her research in, I guess, individuals or subjects that have clinically diagnosed depressive-like symptoms, and then also other psychological conditions. So she basically talks about her studies where they're able to pull people out of depression. So by the end of this, I guess, intense, therapy, they're free of depression, and it's really, really fascinating just how neuroplastic the brain is. So this last book, Badass Habits, clearly I need to finish this one. It's actually the current book that I'm reading, is fantastic. Now, Jen Sincero is colourful, shall I say. She's got a big personality. She gives lots of practical life explanations and examples to help you overcome your bad habits. For example, not being able to set boundaries. That was something that I really struggled with. Again, this kind of relates back to being a people pleaser and a perfectionist. So learning how to say no, learning how to set boundaries, and most often it is setting those boundaries with yourself. So this too is another book all about habit change, changing your behaviours, changing your mind, and I would highly recommend it so far. It's been really good. So I'm all out of books, but I have more. Maybe I will share those with you as well. But if you've got questions about any of these, or you'd like to see my library, then please send me a DM, leave me a comment, and I would love to help you.